We're your host, Frizya,
Maya,
and we're talking about um
our week.
our
Our
week,
week at a whopping Tuesday.
our slow week.
Our week that we're already over. Um,
It was we had a boring 4 days. It wasn't even a week. It was 4 days.
it was a weekend. It was a
Um,
weekend. It was not anything worth mentioning. Nothing memorable.
no, literally just sleeping. That's like all we
Slept,
both did.
read. Um, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Do you have any book news or anything?
No. Nah. No, I
Um,
can't think of anything crazy coming out. I mean, like, I read, but I don't know that I would say I keep up with every author on earth. I did find, and I sent it to you on Friday or yesterday, or I don't know what day, Chloe Walsh's Spotify playlist of
yes.
the Boys of Tommen series and her playlist for releasing 10 and all the other books that aren't even like announced or out yet.
It was a long and lengthy
She has a
playlist.
playlist for every scenario. Like, you know how at the back of the book it says, like, songs for when Johnny fell for Shannon and like that? It seems like that is all compiled into playlists perfectly and neatly on her Spotify.
Yeah. Question though, for like playlists, do you like playlists that have like words, or do you like the lo-fi type where it's just like the ambiance of like the song?
I don't mind either. I'm down for both.
For me, it really depends. In fantasy, I can't do
In
with
fantasy, I
words.
can't do words.
I really can't do words because I'm like, and in the world, and then the song is like, so I can't do it. But with like romance or like
Anything else. Anything
easy
else.
reads, yeah.
Easy reads, I can get down for that. I think the first book that I ever read that had an attached playlist to it, like specifically spelled out, was Haunting Adeline.
What did I know you were gonna say
And I was
that?
like, I was pleasantly surprised by that.
No, that one was really good though. It wasn't. It wasn't like Taylor Swift or any of that
Yeah.
in the
I
playlist.
had a small issue with the Onyx Storm playlist having so much T Swifty in it. Uh
I don't know if Taylor
Look,
Swift
if you
is.
like Taylor, that's fine, but that much in the playlist, I don't know how I felt about it. I don't know how I felt about it. I wasn't down for it. I could have done without Taylor. Taylor would come on. Skip next song.
Yeah, no, I didn't like it.
Other than that though, that's kind of like the only bookish news I have, I guess.
I'm gonna read
Like
that.
Center Stage. I've heard it's very good. I've heard that a lot of her other standalones are really good. That are not fantasy. Like the
Yeah,
last letter. I saw one of the other ones. It's like a purple cover, I think. I don't know. I thought it was a Colleen Hoover book, but it's not. I don't think.
I don't know if it's the very. No, that's for.
Oh, maybe it is. That's the one I'm thinking of. Purple or teal or something like that.
Yeah, it's because I
Variation.
saw it on the Kindle. The Kindle has no color, so I'm thinking it's that one.
I'm all. It's like black and white.
Yeah, I think.
It's. I've heard that one's good. Um, I've heard her others are good that are not fantasy. Like outside of her Fourth Wing
Yeah, I have
series.
heard that. I have yet to read any of them
I
though.
haven't read any of them. I heard they're good.
Now we have to read them.
Well, maybe that can be one of our recommendations. I mean, we already wrote them, but I'm sure they're in my TBR somewhere. Yes, yes.
What else?
Um, I don't know. That's kind of like what I was saying. I don't really follow like a whole lot of bookish news. I don't really follow a lot of authors or
I do, but for the most part, they they haven't released, or I haven't seen anything having to do with it.
um I the only authors I think I follow are Rebecca Yaros, Sarah J. Mass, and I think that's it. And I only followed Sarah J. Mass after she did that one post that said "Aka what," and then that was it. And here we are without an Aka anything.
Nothing. How do you think the sixth book is gonna come out? Like,
I have
do you
no
think you're gonna
fucking
like
idea.
it?
I feel like I'm just losing hope that it's ever gonna come out at all.
Uh, I feel like she has it written, but I just think she doesn't want to release it
I don't
yet
think she
because
wants it out.
she doesn't know how it's gonna do.
Do you think it's about Elaine?
I think it is, and I think that's why she's postponing it
To be fair,
because that's the only sister that's missing
any
or
storyline.
any, and I don't care. I don't want anything to do
That's
with
kind of
her.
what I'm getting to. Like, it doesn't. It's, I get. I could live without her story. I mean, unless it's gonna like. If she ends up with anyone, I think except Azrael, I'm not gonna really care for it. To me, they are the perfect like opposites attract. He's dark. He's the shadow singer. She's very flowery, lushy.
I don't know. I think there's so many conspiracies that
There's too many.
I can't keep up anymore. I sometimes feel like I didn't even read the same books that these people read.
I was like, do I have to go back and read? Like, did I miss things?
Like
I feel like I missed
how they're
the whole
saying
point.
that her soulmate is Tamlin because of the spring court and like this whole thing, and I don't know. I don't.
Like Beauty and the Beast type. I, hmm. I saw another crazy theory that was like, hold on. I saw another crazy theory that was like, that Tamlin has shape shifting abilities, and we have barely seen like to what extent he can really use those two,
Yeah.
and that he actually is in the night court as Lucian,
Mhm.
and that's why Elaine feels weird every time Lucian's like in the room.
But yeah, and it's crazy because Lucian is actually the like her soulmate or
Her
whatever.
mate,
Yeah.
straight out the cauldron. He's like, she's my mate.
Oh my gosh.
You couldn't give him
No.
5 seconds.
To
Not,
process
not, not
anything.
even 60 seconds, and he's like, "You're mine." Not the best timing in the world, but I love how we all collectively agreed that that was not the best move that he could have done.
No.
But yeah, I mean, other than Aka Nothing and um Chloe Walsh's Spotify.
I have nothing else.
So book club pick was The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This one is my copy. I tabbed it like 17 times.
This was my pick.
This was Frazier's pick. Um, I think it was a good pick, Matt Haig. Um, I've heard that he's written some very other good books. Last week I said this was part of the Grandma Book Club. I did not know
I
that
was
that
gonna
meant Good
say
Morning
that.
America.
I really. Oh.
What'd you think?
I literally thought you said grandma.
Yeah, because it was abbreviated to GMA. Gemma.
Yeah.
Gemma.
I was like, damn, these
Gma.
grandmas are popping off.
I was like, this is a grandma read. This is nice.
Yeah.
It's thought provoking. It is literally timely.
Oh, I loved it. It reminded me of the 7 Year Slip, kind of.
Yes, with the back and forth. Yes. Oh, that one was a good one. I wouldn't mind rereading.
I wouldn't either.
I would.
But
I'd be so down to do it
that's
because that
our
was a good one.
book pick. Okay, do we like the trope? Um,
I don't even know what trope you'd say this is. Time travel?
it's like
Because
time
I don't know. I
travel.
would not classify this in any sort of way with any romance tropes.
It's so hard because it really wasn't. It was more like
I don't really think this had a big trope. What?
besides
Yeah,
suicide
besides kill yourself.
and like overdose type. Also, stop listening if you do plan on reading this book.
Yeah, and also take heed the trigger warnings because it does mention suicide. There is substance abuse. There is death. Me going off of like my fables trigger warnings.
It does it even
self
say
harm.
trigger warnings?
No,
I
but
just
it does
realized
say it
that.
in whatever, I forget the name of what it's called, but the summary in the back of the book,
But that's not enough.
that's not
If
enough.
we didn't pick it up and look at the back of the book and then do that.
Yeah. Um it does go into those things, and those are like really big. I wouldn't say they're like minor subpoints. They're pretty major to the story in a
Yeah,
lot of aspects. So if you struggle with those triggers, take heed on that because um
because honestly, me and Maya were both not in the best headspace
to get
to
into this
yeah,
book.
to get into the book. So it was a lot of mm,
I would say it was just a hard read. Not hard read. It was an easy to read and easy to follow book. Hard read given that in this current week we are in, we were having a rough week, so reading about like the whole point of the book was just hard. Like living it and reading it, I dive into books to escape reality, not to live it again,
yeah, if
and that's
anything,
exactly what this was.
like if you're already sad or going through it and then you read a sad book, it doesn't help. Especially because I think we kind of when we're reading a main character, we imagine ourselves as that character. So like, or at least I do.
I do.
Like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm the queen. I'm the
It could
assassin.
it could describe a blonde hair, blue eyed FMC, and I'm like me,
Yeah,
me,
I'm getting sunburned at the
me.
beginning. No,
I'm the
yeah.
assassin. I'm the queen. I'm everybody. I'm her.
So for this one, hold on. Did they actually explain how she looked?
I don't think so.
I just realized that because
I don't
I
think
really
so.
just imagined myself.
I did too.
Unless I just skipped over that part because it was just so like I'm not gonna say it was depressing. It was very like I feel you, girl. Like I don't know, but I can't remember if they did explain how she looked or not.
I don't remember it, and if I did read it, I'm not gonna say it's not important, but not memorable enough for me. I don't know,
Oh,
man. I've read about so many FMCs; they're all the same.
yeah, because it's me.
It's me at the
It's
end of the
us.
day,
Yeah.
but
But it said whimsical, a feel good book guaranteed to lift your spirits. Um, towards the end, yes, I almost did cry,
I almost did.
but I didn't.
Nothing fell down my face though.
Yeah, no, I almost did cry because it was. Mm, I don't know. I feel like when you're if you're depressed, Crowley,
You're a little sad.
just a little bit sad or
You're
something,
just a little bit sad.
or I don't know. I feel like we both, me and Maya, were just in a bad mental state. But this book kind of helped.
It did.
It did help, so I guess it does have a
It's
lift your
like
spirits type.
some of the stuff I tabbed, I think was stuff that I needed to hear.
Okay, so here, tell me what you tabbed. If I was holding Maya's book earlier and I was trying to figure out if I could figure out what it is that she tabbed.
I feel like the ones in the back are where
Yeah.
where they were got a little bit better. Dude, I'm just a mood reader. I just tab whatever looks good or sounds good. Okay, so big spoiler. Almost at the end of the book, when she's alive, like she actually wakes up
Yeah.
in the real world. Um, a truth, a truth that was the beginning and seed of everything possible. A former curse and a present blessing. I tabbed that because that's what she was saying life was. Like she had thought her life was a curse, and she had realized after having, well, she did die, but she came back to life. So we'll say what, a near death experience,
Mhm.
that she realized like life is a blessing. Because I mean that is true. Like we get in these like weeks and moods and days where we're like, fuck, like today sucks, or like just want today
Yeah.
to be over, like fuck my life. Like, we just say all these things where we're like, oh, I hate my life. Like, this is not working out for me. My headphones get caught on the door, and I'm like, I'm out. I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm over it. Take me out. And we just don't even realize that, like, it's so small. Like, problems that seem so big are really not that big.
Yeah, especially because it's basically in the beginning of the book, it seems like she's fine. She's going through her normal day to day, but she's I think the one thing that kind of like almost did make me cry as soon as we started it was when her neighbor decides to go to a like elderly home, like a
Mm-hmm.
senior home.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you don't have to pick up my medication anymore. Like, don't
Oh,
even
yeah,
worry
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
And she's like, oh, like in her head, she was like, I wasn't going to either way because she
Mm-hmm.
was planning on killing herself. To me, that was just crazy because she kind of felt like a relief of it, but
Yeah, like he was gonna be taken care of, kind of thing. Like, she didn't have to worry about that.
yeah. And then I feel like as someone who like obviously goes through waves of like sad, happy, highs and lows, like you often do worry about the people around you and not so often yourself. Like,
Like, people that depend on you.
yeah, especially, and I think that's what she was going through, even though she lived alone and her cat like had died. Like, I don't know, she was kind of worried about her elderly neighbor.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, I don't know, that was sad.
That was sad. Do you want me to
So,
do another tab?
yeah.
I feel like this one's pretty good because I feel like this was something I needed to hear this week. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I tabbed and the thing that was cool and weird that this book does not have chapters.
It doesn't.
It
They're like
has
one
it
page
has like
sometimes.
sections. Like, it does not say chapter 29. There's no numbers besides the pages. So this is the chapter that says a thing I have learned, written by nobody who has been everybody. So I think this was like a blog post that she did, or she did like a Facebook update or something.
Yeah.
Um I tabbed, but it is not the lies we regret not living. Wait, hold on, because I can't read. But it is not the lies we regret not living that are the real problem. It is the regret itself. It's the regret that makes us shrivel and wither and feel like our own and other people's worst enemy. That, because me, especially lately, and this is just my own personal ish going on, I feel like I have a lot of regret. And I carry a lot of it every day, often. Like, for me to leave shit at the door is so hard. So, like, reading that is like, yes, that is what so many people do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Especially, I knew you were gonna bring that up.
I
In the
felt like that
beginning
one
of
was
the
a good
book,
one.
this book is very. You just kind of have to read it to kind of understand it. Because if we were to kind of explain it to you,
I don't think it would make
it
sense.
wouldn't make sense. But in the beginning of it, she basically tries to commit suicide, or she does.
She does commit suicide.
She ends up at a library, and
The
there's
Midnight Library.
there's only one other person there, and it's this
Her old
lady.
librarian from when she was at school.
And then she talks about how she remembers her and like this whole thing. And I remember, I don't know if you ever read the book The Fault in Our Stars.
Yeah.
I remember reading that, and I remember when it had just came out, my parents didn't want to buy me it because they said like they just said no.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I
I
don't
think
think.
my parents didn't want me to read it because they knew I was gonna fucking get like attached to it, and I did.
Yeah, and then finally she was able to get like two copies, and I was on the wait list because I went to her like right away, and that's the reason she got it. So she got like two books, and I remember I like, oh my god, I ate it up. But
It was good.
after that, I was like, she has my respect. She literally went out of her way to go get that book.
But I realized, like, growing now, especially because I work with her and I know how the process works, that's literally what she does. Is she wants to know what kids want to read so that she can get it for the kids. That's all she
Yeah.
does. And I'm like, oh.
So then that was when I was like obsessed with all those sad cancer books. Like on the verge of dying.
There's nothing funny about the big C, but having a
At that
phase
age,
having a
yes.
phase is a little crazy. I will admit that's fine.
It was almost like I loved sad books.
You know what I thought about the other day, and it kind of made me sad that I can't find it for some reason. I had a library card that my dad got me. Like, he took me to my public library. I signed up. I scribbled my own little signature in the back of the library card, and I would go get like 3 books at a time for like book reports and
Yeah.
stuff. I thought of that the other day. One, because I was trying to make an appointment to get my passport done there. And then I thought, where the fuck's my library card?
And you can't find it?
I can't find it, and I got so sad.
You're gonna find it like when you don't when
When
you
it does
forget about
it,
it. Yeah.
I thought of that. I was like, I wonder what ever happened with that little cute card. And like
Oh.
my little third grade scribble signature, my dad was like, okay, you have to sign the card. I was like, here I thought it was like a formal document. It's just a card. It's nothing special.
Now I want to go get a library card.
I just thought it was cute, and I was like, oh, I just want it in my wallet.
Yeah, that too. Another
Like,
card in my wallet.
I just
That has no
my
money.
wallet that's already exploding with other cards and gift cards that I don't use. I just thought it would be cute. Because I used to take that so seriously. I was like, Dad, I have to go to the book drop.
We don't really know what the trope is for this just because it was very
IDK?
sad.
Sad. Sad is the trope.
But if you're having like a really rough time with your life right now, it doesn't even matter if you're like
On the verge.
happy, on the verge of
Doesn't matter if you're on your 12th
anything.
reason.
Yeah,
Getting
like
to your 13th.
this book does help because it's basically her going through all the scenarios and regrets. It's basically just regrets that she has of like not becoming an Olympic like swimmer, like
Not having a family of her own.
breaking up with this one piece of shit guy named Dan. Not you, baby.
Um,
um,
what was some other
her
ones?
cat
Like,
dying.
yeah, if she had been a better cat owner, if she had actually been like in the band she was, and she like actually fulfilled like the rock star life. Like, she just went through all of like these different scenarios of like what ifs. Basically, that's what the book is. It's that it's a bunch of what ifs, but she got the chance in her near death experience to live the what ifs. And she saw that not all of these what ifs would have really been what she wanted either.
Yeah, she like she was like, oh yeah, that's nice, and she's like, I did not like this life.
Yeah, like she thought she would have been happy if she went with the rock star life, and like she went through with the band thing, only to realize like her brother died in the process. He did the rock star life a little too hard. He overdosed, he died. She wasn't happy. She was on like constant tour. It said like she had this country, then this country, then this country, like back to
Yeah.
back to back to back, and she has like this interview and that meet and greet, and she's like, I do all of this, like.
So it was like she was famous in that sense, but
Mm-hmm.
she didn't like it. But okay, one thing I liked that it wasn't like
Entirely depressing.
um no, that it wasn't like it was the regrets part. Like that was the one thing that she was reliving instead of um I don't know, like a romance where it could have been like, "Oh, I just regret breaking up with Dan." Like that's what I thought it was going to be
Yeah,
at
I thought
first.
it. I thought at first because of like she said she had broken off the engagement, or she had broken off the marriage 2 days away from getting married. She like broke it off completely. I had thought that that was gonna turn that way too, but that wasn't even like the main point. I wouldn't even say it was a sub point
It
either.
wasn't.
Like there was, I think, one scenario she had played out where she like ended up with Dan and they lived out their dream of owning like a bar
And
or something,
yeah, it
and
was like
she
a
was like
bar.
not happy in that either. Like probably the most unhappiest in all of the scenarios that play out, like super unhappy. And I was like,
It was almost like she was kind of trying to force herself to be happy.
in that scenario,
Yeah, but
if she wasn't. And that was the thing too, is that's how she faded out of each scenario, is when she realized like this is not the life she would have wanted, and then she would like fade back into the library to like pick another scenario to live through,
yeah, no.
because that's what the librarian had said would happen. Like she can only get back to the library if she realizes that this is not the life she would have wanted, and that that regret is not even a regret anymore, and then she'd like fade back.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to do that.
Then she'd pick up like a different book
Yeah,
of regret.
she'd pick up a different book of a different regret and then try it again. And then she just kept doing that until she just realized it was the last one where she like got the husband, different guy, husband,
Ash, yeah.
which was like her neighbor, the daughter, the dog, like they lived somewhere nearby to where she actually lived.
Yeah, it was like it wasn't too bad. It was like 30 miles or something,
And she
but
was like a she was an author, or she was an aspiring author for philosophy. Her husband was like a surgeon. Her daughter was like, sounds like kindergarten maybe, like
yeah.
young. And she was like really enjoying that life, and then she had faded out of that one also. She was like, no, I like that life, I like that life.
Yeah. Oh.
I was a little sad she faded out of that one because I thought that one was gonna work
She's
out,
like,
and
I
she
don't
thought it
want
was
to
gonna
leave,
work
I don't
out.
want to leave, I don't want to leave.
She had thought it was gonna work out because she had started to like enjoy it. She was enjoying it. She's like, I could do this. Like, I could live this life.
Yeah. Um, since the topic of the book was mainly like
Life and death.
life and death and regrets, um, is there like a regret you have maybe from like when you were a kid or something? Like okay, like not even like a regret. Let's say like how they always asked her when they would see her, people that knew her from high school.
Do you know how many regrets I have?
Like,
I
did
regret what
you
bra I picked today. Like, I regret what shoes.
like they kept asking her like, "Oh, did you ever make it to the Olympics?"
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Where like she that grew to be her regret for not doing it. But
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. I have regrets from like you're talking like a happy regret.
not necessarily a happy regret, just a regret where you're like, damn, I wonder what would have happened if like I would have gone that way.
Then that way. Ooh, it's hard to pick when there's so many. No, I'm kidding. So many options. I don't know. I don't know because I don't. Well, sometimes I do think about, especially because, so we don't have to bleep it, especially because of where I work.
Mm-hmm.
Soccer is really, really important to the school.
Yeah.
I think about what would have happened if I took soccer more seriously. I think about it. Not that I don't think I would have been like a pro, but like if I would have gone on to keep playing and maybe do like some in college, because I went to like a community college, they have a soccer team. Like if I was like a college athlete,
Yeah.
and I could have came back and like coached a little team or like elementary or something. I think about that, like if I took it more serious, because I played for a long time. I
Yeah.
played coming out of elementary school, and I played till my junior year. So that's a
Yeah.
hot minute, long enough. I feel like.
I still play in this. It's a long minute. No,
I think
yeah.
about that one. That one comes up pretty frequently because I mean I see the kids play every day. Like that's all they want to do. That's all they talk about.
Okay, but then would you think if you did do it and then like
Like if that would have taken me to a completely different point in my life.
yeah, like let's say you did what she did and you opened up that book and you went into it and you're like, this is not for me. Like you could be tanner or darker. You could be I don't know with a broken leg. You don't know broken arm,
I could have torn my ACL.
torn ACL, broken ankle, no
That's
toe.
like that's
You
like
don't know.
what kind of soccer are you getting into?
No, you don't know.
This is true. I don't know. Because then I do think that if I had taken it more seriously, what would have happened with dance?
Oh yeah, see. Okay, see, because
Because
that could have been one too. What if
because
like
I did stop playing soccer because it was affecting my dance performance. I was getting really bad shin splints to the point where my dance shoes were uncomfortable.
wait, that's crazy because you really chose dance over soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Because I was one of, it didn't matter what running shoes I bought. It didn't matter how much I spent on like the best freaking cleats. I have a really high arch in my foot, and when I was, because I was JV sophomore junior year, and when I played, our coach used to make us run 2 miles before she showed up for practice. So we'd get out of school at like 2:45, and by 3:15 our 2 miles had to be done, which is a long time, but your goal was under 15 minutes for sure. Didn't matter what I did, my shins were gonna fall off. It hurt so bad. I was getting like iced and heated and taped every day. And then it got to the point where I would go to dance after soccer practice and my freaking legs were like on fire, like they were gonna fall off.
Yeah, and dances, no.
So then it got to the point where I was playing games and I was performing and my legs were just in like so much pain that I like came to the conclusion that I was like, okay, it's one or the other. And I remember texting my coach and I was like, I can't play no more. Like it's hurting me. It's like affecting my dance performance. I'm not saying soccer sucks balls, but out of the two, been dancing longer. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna stop dancing.
No, yeah, because you were.
So I do remember that crossroads. That was probably like a big
Yeah.
conundrum for like 2 weeks because I liked playing. I didn't want to stop doing either, but fuck, my legs were gonna fall off.
Yeah, no, that's hard. Because I never had to pick between like a
Like
dance
two
or, yeah,
sports
or
or
two sports either.
because when one's hurting you and it's affecting the other, then you kind of have to weigh like, okay, what's more important? What am I gonna enjoy more in the long run? And for me, I don't know, dance was always fun, regardless of like anything,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. Like it was never for competition, it was never to win something, it wasn't to like get paid or anything, it was just fun. Whereas soccer, there was that pressure.
Yeah.
So out of the two, I was like, well, I don't see myself not dancing. So I don't know. I think about that. I don't know if I'd say it's a regret, but I think about that point where you make
Because,
a
yeah,
choice, you know?
for her, it wasn't like all regrets. It was like certain things that she kind of just left and she didn't realize she regretted.
Yeah.
Like, until she's like, why did I do that? Because he didn't want me to, or why did I do that?
Yeah.
But,
But it's those little things, like little choices that completely change course of like where you're going to end up in the next day, week, year, whatever, you know?
yeah, I don't know. This book, um, actually, it's been 4 days. Not even a
These four
week.
eventful days.
These four, like, last days. Um, it's just crazy because what are the odds that we even got that book? Out of
Of
eight,
all the books that
yeah, out of
we
eight,
had in the pot, in the cup,
we
in the
got this
mug.
one. And I don't know. I feel like me and Maya kind of had to read that. Um, I know
I
I
feel
did.
like I had
Like,
to read that.
yeah,
I feel like I had to read
we
that.
had to read it, but
That book is cheaper than therapy, just so everyone
yeah.
knows.
Okay. Besides,
Oh man, okay, fine, whatever.
besides all this sad stuff, what do you rate this book? Did you have something else to say?
No, I was just gonna say like, it's okay we're getting into life because that's what this whole book literally
It really
was.
is.
Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, the drama. There was none.
The other thing is,
Bitch killed herself.
at the end of this book, she does learn to
Appreciate life.
everything, every like
She
bad,
is so grateful and so appreciative of everyone around
like
her.
death, losing her cat because she found out that her cat was like actually sick.
Yeah, he had like a heart murmur
Yeah.
for like a cat or something. I don't even know what happened. She's so appreciative of everything.
I did like that
I
because
did like that. That was a very good turn. If she came back from that, I was still like, nah, I would have been pissed.
because I'm not gonna lie, I probably this is a whole like people experience where you're like really depressed sometimes. I don't need to be 5150, but you'll be like, I wonder if I did kill myself or if I did die, if everyone else around me, like,
How it would affect the people
yeah, how it
around
would
me.
affect them or like if it changes anything at all.
Because in those mindsets, you think you know, or you tell yourself they'll be fine, or like you say it'll be okay and they'll get over it. You don't know that though.
Yeah, and in the book, for her, it wasn't. For her, I think she just thought her life was never gonna get better.
Yeah, like before she had killed herself, she had called her brother, who they were like estranged, not completely out of the picture, but they were estranged, and left him a voicemail, and he like never got back to her. Then she texted her friend that moved to Australia, and like got delivered on a few hours, or she opened the message and didn't get a response, so then like that was like another knife in the heart.
Yeah.
Like here she thought like she was reaching out to people as like last minute hopes, and then like they didn't get back in even like a timely manner, I would say. I'm gonna
I
fucking throw this Kindle at you.
just want to see if you can. Sorry.
We're leaving that in.
No, we're not. No, I'm not.
But oh fuck. Um. Oh no, got it. Um, she was reaching out to people as like last minute rescue just to see if she'd get anything back, and she didn't really get anything back that same night.
Yeah.
So she like made the decision. And then turns out when did she took a bunch of sleeping pills. When she threw them up and her neighbor called for help, called 911, checked her out of the hospital, her brother went and saw her. Her friend texted her back, said she's moving back to London or wherever the fuck they were living, like permanently. Like it turned around. Like the brother
Yeah.
was like, I got your voicemail and I wanted to call you back. You know, I'm sorry that I left things the way I did. And then her friend texted her back a bunch of pictures and was like, I'm coming back to London permanently, wuzzy boo. Like it turned around, and if she had stayed dead, she would have never saw that, or she would have never seen that those doors were not closed.
Another thing is, I don't know if they were bad texters
I feel
because
like they were.
honestly, Mya could be bad at texting. And
I'm
if
bad at texting.
I was on 5150 on the verge of maybe killing myself and I needed just one person to answer, Mya would answer maybe if her
I've
phone.
been better.
No, yeah, you have been better, but I'm saying like let's say if it was like in the beginning of our friendship.
We're not talking about the past.
Okay, I would be dead. I'd be like, she doesn't love me, and then she would have texted me the next day, hey girl, like, and then like she's dead.
No, we're both pretty fast texters because you used to do not disturb a lot. You still do sometimes.
But it's not me. My phone is like, I don't know if you ever did the schedule thing where you put like, you know how you could. You sound like him. He literally is like, why am I do not disturb? I will go like this. I'm like,
I look at that
I'm
and
not.
I click that notify button with my whole fucking elbow. Boom!
Not if I heard right now.
I
It's not
hate that.
me.
I hate that. We'll fix it.
It's really not me. It's my
Give Danny
phone.
the phone and let him fix it.
My
I fucking hate that shit.
My phone doesn't want to be disturbed by
I don't give a shit what your phone wants.
my Iskis. Did we say our rating?
5 stars.
5?
4.998.
Literally.
I would say 5 because I don't feel that this book was dense in playing with a kill yourself subject and life and death matter. I feel like it took it and it made it very inspirational, motivational, even to be like, get
Don't
up and
kill
live.
yourself. Yeah.
Don't kill. Like, get up and live.
Get up. Go run. Go fucking walk.
I was looking at one of the things I had, and the librarian had told her, like, you don't have to understand life. You just have to live it. So many people question life and why me and why this and why that. Who fucking cares? Just live. For me, if it's not deeper than a Home Depot bucket, I don't think it matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're deep, but is it that deep? You know?
No.
So I feel like this was a good book. I feel like the book fell in our laps when
I'm
we
just
needed
looking
to
at
read
your,
it.
I'm just looking at your.
Stop. They're not in the view. Why do you have to bring them up?
Your toes are just hugging each other.
Because I'm fucking comforting myself. What do you want? No, don't try to put your feet. Like, I know they want comfort now. Don't. I don't want it. Get away.
Get away.
Get away.
Oh.
Get away.
Okay, 5.
Oh.
I don't know. Ugh, I'm like in between 5 and like 4.75.
I feel like actually, like, I feel like 4.75. That's why I said 4.998.
Yeah, that's where it's at. It's like
It was very good.
it was a good book. Like there's nothing against the book. I honestly loved that it wasn't chapters. I loved
I feel like that was very good.
how it was so
Like,
nice. How it
they
was
were
like
books.
the peppermint tea,
Yeah,
and it
they
was
were
like,
books about what she was picking off the shelf.
and all these sections are no more than 10 pages.
No, they're
So
very small.
you just feel like you're just reading much faster. It is a small book, but
Yeah, less than 300 pages.
I don't know. I think I did though.
I liked it. I thought it was good.
Um okay.
It was a good book.
Now, any last things before we do our book pick?
Nee.
Um do I? I don't think so.
What?
So I'll give Maya the honors. Now we're gonna do our book
I
picks.
thought I started first last week. What did I do earlier? I was like, I was like, my bad.
I think that was everything, right?
Yeah. I mean, again, this one was a little bit different than Magnolia Parks that we did last week because there was no trope, there was no drama.
No, but we still did the same amount of time. But another thing that I did like was I can't remember what part of the freaking book she said this, but she did say regrets don't help us move forward. So just
Life lesson here.
feel it, let it go, move on.
Let it go.
Okay, go. I'm rolling.
Okay, so camera's still on, or mic's still on.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are not reading. Can you imagine if we did a clap every time that something happened with technical difficulties? We're not reading Death Row.
Huh.
This was your pick.
Oh, yeah, that was mine. Good. I just put it in
I
there.
hope we pick yours. Like,
We are not reading The Hunger Games.
Fuck!
Damn. Okay, that was a good one.
Oh my god. We're not reading. I'm unrolling it on my Kindle. We are not reading In Need of a Cowboy.
That was mine. I was
Sounds
trying to
kind of
like,
interesting.
yeah.
Sounded good.
Is this smart? I don't know. We're not reading. Oh, this is mine. The Last Letter.
Ah.
I had just told you about that one.
Oh fuck! This one's mine. We're not reading Powerless.
Oh my god.
I couldn't think. Don't yell at me. I know this mushroom's hard.
We are not reading. We're
What? What? It's 11/22/63. Damn it!
We're not reading 11/22/63.
Oh no! This one's mine.
That's it?
We're not reading. Wait. We're not reading The Bell Jar.
Wait, that means this is mine,
That's
Maya.
yours. Fuck! No! Redo this.
We are reading. I don't know what this is. Hold on. We are reading expiration dates. I don't even know what the fuck. I'll be honest, I didn't have my phone because I was recording, so I just went on Kindle Unlimited.
Expiration date. We don't even need to go to Barnes for that. We could go to the pantry.
Hold on, it's about.
Shut up. Are you serious?
Honestly, we could switch it.
The Bell Jar I was excited for in case it got picked.
Which one's that one?
It's about a girl.
Oh. So what are we reading?
Do you want to read the Bell Jar?
We
or
could
we
just
can
read
do
that.
The Last Letter.
Or that one.
Tell
Siri what you have to tell her.
Okay, but which one for which? Like heads or tails?
The
for
bell
what?
jar could be heads, the other one could be tails.
The last letter. Hey Siri. Flip a coin. Tails. It was the last letter. Fucking shit. Okay. You're big.
Our book pick is the last letter.
Our book pick is the last letter. Bye. No.
Yeah. Tune in next week when we read the last letter.
Or we're reading it this week. Tune in next week when we review the last letter.
Yeah. Don't watch it if you haven't read it. Unless you don't plan on reading it and you just want to hear about it.
And everything else
that
we
managed. It's on Kindle Unlimited.